Before I ever started making my own content for this channel, I had a podcast with a buddy of mine. It was one of the main things that inspired me to start making content. And I'm happy to announce that we are back making new content, new podcast episodes. Originally, we actually had this podcast called the New Vision Podcast. This was largely based off of the fact that we were both very much into music, and we were going to have a record label where he was going to be like the main producer and everything. I was going to be, I guess, kind of the flagship artist, if you will. I actually put out my first record underneath New Vision Podcast, but we kind of dropped it after about a year or so of doing it, or half a year, whatever it was. It ran from like mid 2020, I think, to like early 2021, mid 2021, something like that. But and one of the things we had always said was once I had developed a bit more of a following myself, we'd go ahead and relaunch this. We kind of been tossing it around for a while to see what we wanted to do, if we wanted to do anything with it at all. And a few weeks ago, my buddy was like, "Hey, I want to start up a podcast again," and I was like, "Sure, fuck it, let's do it." So now we have relaunched this as Let Me Tell You Something. The gist of the podcast ultimately is that this will be something in which basically it's me and my friend just shooting the shit. So like you hear a lot of my takes about like political, social, cultural issues, discussions, things of that nature on this channel. But the podcast specifically is going to be more of kind of like just a fun back and forth between myself and one of my best friends. We do plan on having other friends on as guests every now and then. Um, if we ever grow, we might have like guests with some prominence or something. I don't know. We'll see where things go. We're just kind of having fun with it. The whole point is for us to just, shoot the shit and talk about different things. It's very all over the place. We have some idea of like some structure to an extent of how things are. I will let you know it is audio only, at least for the time being. We are working on some things to change that a bit. At the very least, we're probably just going to have the like the image of the as you can see the thing here, um this thing, the thumbnail, the artwork. That's what it's called, the artwork. We're probably going to have that, but we're probably at least going to have that, and we're going to have yeah, we're going to at least have that, and we'll have like when we talk about things, we might start recording on here so that I can show the things we're talking about on screen just like I do in my own videos here. Anyway, point is, if you enjoy my content in general, you enjoy my takes on things, I think you'd enjoy this. This is something where we do, like I said, it's more of a back and forth kind of thing. It's very fun. It's If you're more interested, or I should say like only interested in like the social or political stuff or whatever, it's not really going to be so much of that. It is more lighthearted. I just, because of who I am, like my like political and social views will like shine through on the things that we talk about, because that's just part of who I am. But it's gonna be, yeah, just something where we're just kind of sitting around shooting the shit, having a good time. A lot more laid back, a lot more chill. Hope you guys enjoy it. So yeah, check it out. As always, guys, leave comments. Oh, and the cool thing about it is, there's 21 episodes of the New Vision podcast, so you get to see how I kind of started doing this stuff, and you get to see how we both evolved together throughout making this content. And then you see like the hiatus, and then we just come back, and like I sound a lot more different even from like the first. Like, it's crazy. We're both like everything's so different. We're both like, I don't know. It's great. I mean, we started it in 2020, like I said, but so you do have a ton of that to go through as well if you're interested. But the New Vision pod, or the Let Me Tell You Something podcast itself, more than likely is going to be getting updated or released every Thursday at like 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. That's what we're shooting for. So yeah, we have a few episodes recorded. We're going to be like just like on in real time on track after this next episode coming out today at the time of release of this video, tomorrow at the time of recording, but regardless. So yeah, anyway, like I said, hope you guys enjoy it. Leave comments or in the discussion. The whole point is a discussion for you guys to join in. Whatever. Let me know here or preferably on any of those videos if you would have any things you'd like us to talk about, preferably on one of the newer ones. If you do it on from like the New Vision podcast, that's not happening anymore, so it's probably not going to be as relevant. But anything you want to talk about, anything you'd like us to talk about, let us know, and that's all. So as always, guys, hope you enjoy, and leave a like if you like. Let me know what your comments are below. If you don't like it, well, I hope you find something you do like. But either way, later, guys. Peace and love.